Hey everyone, so today is the day I show you my dress. But let me tell you about the adventure that I did have with my dress shopping. So let me give you a little background. For anybody that's new, welcome. I am getting married May 2nd, 2015, and it is my second marriage. So we are getting married inside the venue that we're having our wedding at. So prior to going shopping, I had looked online, Macy's, Nordstrom, Neiman Marcus, Lord & Taylor. I had JCPenney. I had been to all these stores online, and I also realized that not everything that is online is in store and vice versa. So, my girlfriend, who's my maid of honor, Tracy, she had decided, she would take the day off and take me shopping. So, it'll be 2 weeks ago, Thursday, that we went. Today is Tuesday. So, we go, and my mother had told me to go to Boskov. Now, I don't know if there are Boskovs all over the United States. And in Jersey, there's none close to me. I heard the best Boskov is in Toms River, which is probably about an hour and a half from me. No, wasn't doing that. So we went to the one in Eatontown. But the nice thing was, this Boskov was attached to a mall in Eatontown. So my girlfriend picks me up at 9 a.m. and off we go. And, we were able to catch up, chit-chatting on the way down. And, one thing I had to do before I went was, first and foremost, keep an open mind. I didn't know, I am apple-shaped, which means all my weight is around my middle. So envision an apple and then stick stilts. That is me. When I lose weight, I am still an apple, just a smaller one, but on toothpicks. My legs don't get heavy. So obviously we can't spot reduce, so when the weight comes off, it comes off. My stomach is the last part. It gets smaller, but not really. So, and I'm 5'9". So I do have the height. So I knew that I was going to have an open mind with trying everything and anything, no matter what color it was, unless it was something totally, which there was a couple dresses that were like beaded and heavy. I was like, I'm not even dealing with that, I want to be comfortable, I don't want to be uncomfortable, and I also didn't want to wear strapless. I have seen too many people with strapless constantly pulling it up. I didn't want to have to deal with that. Though my mother has a friend that was a tailor. If I had found something that I would have had them put on little straps, if it had a jacket over it or whatever, I would have done that. But truly strapless, no. But I would have tried it on. And I knew that colors, I had no specific color in mind, no specific shape, if it was going to be a gown, or it was going to be a dress, I had no idea. So we get to Boskov, and they had a decent amount of plus-size dresses to choose from. And so we grab a bunch, we go into the dressing room. Thank God it was just me and my friend. I'm yelling, I'm sweating, and So, the first dress I try on was a gown. It was beige, and it had a little bolero jacket, but it was an empire waist, which means it had like a band around the smallest part, which is right under your bust line. That's considered like the smallest part of your waist. So if you accentuate that, if you are plus size, that will definitely, and there's not a lot of fabric, it'll definitely make you look slimmer, which this dress did. Sometimes empire waist, depending if there's too much fabric, for me, I could look pregnant. Yeah, not a good look. Not when I'm 46, no. So I tried that on, and it was like within a split second, we liked the shape of it, but within a split second I just envisioned like my heel going through the dress envisioned it like in the toilet bowl or on top of my head, worrying about when I had to go to the bathroom. I mean, I'm like, no, I'm not going to be dealing with a gown and it, you know, being all over my head and gowns around. So I made that decision like immediately. Plus the jacket had glitter. It was glitter everywhere. I'm like, oh my, you gotta hear me. It's glitter city in here. Glitter was flying all over the place. Anyway, try on. Now mind you, I didn't have a shaper with me. I thought I had a pair of Spanx that I bought years ago. Apparently I got rid of it. So I had needed to buy Spanx. And I was gonna buy them that day. But I'm glad I waited. So I was trying things on without any undergarment. You know, like a Spanx. I was trying things just, you know, as is. So there were 2 dresses that I really, really liked the way they looked on me. And, you know, so here I am without a, without Spanx, and I really like the way these look. My girlfriend loved the 2. So I said, okay, well, she said they have a Macy's and a Lord & Taylor in here, and those I know you wanted to go to, so let's go. So we go to Macy's, and so we get up there, and there's this big, huge section of dresses. And, you know, it went from casual to dressy, you know, wedding, prom, that kind of thing, you know. So we're looking, and I'm like, and I said to my friend, I'm like, yeah, I don't, you know, I seen like 14, you know, but I'm like, I don't see any plus-size dresses here. So, lady comes, oh, can I help you? Do you have plus-size dresses? She says, no, you might find 1 or 2, but we don't really carry plus-size here. I'm like, huh? What do you mean you don't get? I'm thinking, really? So, I was in total shock. Like, so we leave there, and I'm like, does that make sense to you? And my friend's like, no. So we're like, let's go to Lord & Taylor. We go to Lord & Taylor. They had 2 dresses and separates. They had the palazzo pants or a skirt, and then they had like 2 jackets to choose from. Now, neither jacket I liked, but I wanted to get an idea of, with the skirt, how that would look, so I tried them on, and we liked the shapes, but we did not like either jacket, but we wanted to get an idea. So, you see, I was willing to try on whatever. So I'm like, now we're batting 1,000 here. So my friend says, well, you know, the Freehold Mall isn't that far from here. It's just like 12 miles. Let's go to Freehold. She said, they have Macy's, Lord & Taylor, and Nordstrom. I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, we hit the jackpot. Those are the stores I want to go to, you know? So we get to the stores, and we go to Macy's first, and the woman's like, oh, 3rd floor. And I'm like, So now I'm starting to make a joke, because I just have this feeling. So I'm like, you know, she might as well have told us, like, you know, go down to the basement, you have like 2 dresses to choose from. Like, I was making jokes because I just couldn't get over. And I was kind of glad I did, because when we got up to the plus size section, there was a rack that you would find, you know, with the 4 things coming off it, that you would find like shirts on normally. There were their plus size dresses. And my grandmother probably wouldn't have worn none of them. And I know my 72-year-old mother definitely would not wear any of them. So this 46-year-old, really. So now, now we leave there, and I am like just totally appalled. I am so, Macy's, what are you thinking? Like, that's what I was like almost yelling in the mall. Like, what are you thinking? Do you think because I'm plus size that I don't want to look good? That I don't want to feel pretty? So, my friend says, okay, let's go to Nordstrom. Okay, we go to Nordstrom. We get there, and there's a nice little section for plus size, so we just start grabbing things. And I, like anything like heavily beaded or long, I was like, no. Now, my mother has a friend that's a tailor that I know I could have gotten things cut, but I'm like, ugh. So we bring all the dresses to the dressing room, and thank God, once again, it's just me and my friend Tracy. So we, I start trying things on, and I would say out of all the dresses, I probably tried on 6. 2 of them I came out, I said, how do you like this sausage? I looked so sausagey, like I was stuffed into these dresses. Really. Me and her were laughing, and she's got such a loud laugh, it makes you like laugh more, So now I'm sweating, talking to myself in the changing room. And so there was 2 dresses. One of them was like black, and like the middle of it had like a cream lace panel, and it had like it was really pretty. But where the cutouts were didn't enhance, it made things worse. If that makes sense. And then they had this other dress that was pretty, but it was magenta. Barney, seriously, I don't want to look like Barney. So now I'm like, I look at her and I'm totally like dumb. Here I was thinking like, and I'm trying things on, and I could, it has all the mirrors. I'm like, my God, my hair looks terrible. I'm saying to Trey, you didn't tell me about my hair. She's like, I wasn't looking at the back of your head. Oh, seriously. Anyway, so now I'm like just totally, thoroughly shocked. Like, I had to pick my mouth up off the floor, because I'm like, they didn't have the selection that they had online. They didn't have in any of the stores. So I said, let me call my mother. I said to my friend Tracy's known my mother since she's 14. She goes, oh yeah, we'll get a good laugh. So I call my mother, and I'm telling her we're on our way back to Boscov now. That's terrible, she says. She goes, but now that I think about it, when I went to the one mall, they had a small selection of plus size. So I'm like, so we go back to Boscov, and so now right before we go into Boscov, I said to my friend Tracy, you know what? This really bothers me because, I am comfortable in my own skin. I'm going to link the do's and don'ts for anybody that's new that hasn't watched that, to let you know how I used to feel 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 25 years ago. I said, if I felt the way I used to, do you know how miserable I would be right now? Seriously. And I was thinking of all the women that aren't comfortable in their own skin, and that have the, that negative voice playing constantly. So how bad they would actually feel. I mean, I was making jokes, and we were laughing and making, but because I'm I'm okay with me. But I know that there are so many women that aren't. So what are they supposed to do? Just settle and just grab something because? Or, I'm like, companies, are you listening? No, they're probably not. But, like, could you have a larger selection? So, went back to Boscov. I took the 2 dresses that I loved, I tried them on, and the first one I tried on, I said, you know what, this looks really nice. It fell in all the right spots. I love the neckline, and it just was very flattering. So I said, I'm getting this. And it's funny because all day I hadn't been looking at price tags. Pete had given me money, I had money, and so I looked at the price tag. Finally, I was like, let me look at it. So it was $80, and I'm like, so I go to the register to pay, and the woman's like, $45. I said, what? She said, $45. I'm like, why? I said, it's 80. So, well, thank you, trust me when I tell you. So she goes, oh, it's on sale. And so, of course, my eyes lit up, and I look at my friend Tracy, and I'm like, that means I can get more stuff. Not that I'm going to just buy stuff to buy it, but, I knew then I could get, like, the Giorgio Armani corrector, those kind of things. Go to MAC, which eventually I will show you a really, like, I got like 5 things. It will show you a really teeny tiny haul. Anyway, so then my friend Tracy, we wound up going to Dress Barn to get her dress. And I had told her to pick, there was no color scheme, I had none of that going on. I said, pick whatever you want, something that you could get use out of again. And she did. She found like a Calvin Klein dress, really, really pretty. If they would have had that even in black, I probably would have gotten it for myself. Like, that's how much I liked it. It very, very pretty. So I just, like, shook my head all the way home. Like, I just was so shocked because, like, the average size woman is a 14. And I'm like, it's like I wanted to give a voice to the women, or to the woman that I used to be. And, I just know how miserable I would have been that day. I would have been miserable. I might have even cried. Like, that's how I used to torture myself. And I just could not get over, like, I just couldn't get over it. As you can see, I'm still kind of dumbfounded over it. I really am, though. So, let me show you the dress. It's behind me, so I'm going to pick you up and bring you with me. So just prepare yourself. We're going to go for a walk. So, there is the dress. I love the neckline. It's very, very simple. I would say it's knee length. And at the end it's scalloped. This underneath is separate from the dress. So it's like just like a beige underneath. I think I'm just going to get my, pointy-toed 9 West heels that I love. Brand new pair. And I'm probably going to keep it simple, So, my question is to you, and I know there are some people that have issues if they're petite or if they're really tall or if they're really thin. Leave it down below and let me know, what your experiences have been. Whether it's for regular clothing or dressy, or I'd really love to hear your experience. So, I thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye. Have a great day, too.